Are your tomatoes wilting and your cucumbers in the garden looking like they've given up on life? The July sun is usually a gardener's best friend, but sometimes that friend turns into a real tyrant for your harvest. Today, we're going to cover 6 effective ways to save your plants during a heat wave. And stick around until the very end, because one of these methods might sound a little strange, but it works like a charm and can rescue even the most finicky plants. Let's figure out what's actually happening to your plants in this scorching heat. When temperatures skyrocket, they don't just dry out, they go into shock. To conserve precious moisture, the plant closes its stomata, those tiny pores on the leaves they use for breathing. As a result, photosynthesis slows down, growth stops, and fruit stop developing. Our job is to help the plant survive this stress with minimal damage. Okay, tip number 1, and it might seem obvious, it's about proper watering. But hold on, there's a crucial detail many forget, and it ends up harming their plants. Forget the little and often approach. In hot weather, that's actually the worst strategy. Why? Because when you sprinkle a little water on the surface daily, you only moisten the very top layer of soil. Sensing this moisture, the plant's roots grow towards it, right up to the surface. But there, they face scorching hot soil and blazing sun. A direct path to disaster. Our approach is different. Water deeply, but less often. For instance, water once every 2 or 3 days, but soak the soil down to 15 to 20 centimetres. This encourages roots to grow deep, where it's cooler and moisture lasts longer. Your plants develop a powerful root system and become much more resilient to drought. And here's the most crucial part: timing. Never water during the day. Water droplets on leaves act like tiny lenses, focusing sunlight and causing burns. Furthermore, most of the water will simply evaporate before reaching the roots. The ideal time is early morning, around 5 or 6. The water has time to absorb and your plants greet the day fully hydrated. The second option is late in the evening, after the sun has set. Crucially, water directly at the base of the plant, avoiding getting the leaves wet. So make this your mantra for July. Water early, deeply, and generously. Let's move on to our second, equally important topic: mulching. If you haven't started mulching yet, now is truly the perfect time. It's, without exaggeration, a genuine lifesaver for your plant's root systems, especially during hot weather. Imagine you're covering the soil around your plants with a protective blanket. This layer, which we call mulch, serves several crucial purposes. First, it acts like a lid, preventing precious moisture from evaporating under the blazing sun. This means the soil stays moist longer after watering, and you won't have to water as often. Second, and this is absolutely vital in the heat, mulch protects the soil from overheating. Bare ground exposed to direct sun can get incredibly hot, reaching temperatures of 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, or 120 or 140 degree Weve, literally cooking those delicate feeder roots. But under a layer of mulch, the soil stays cool and comfortable for the roots. What can you use for mulch? Pretty much anything you have on hand. Great options include mown grass clippings. It's best if they're slightly dried first. Straw, hay, peat, or even sawdust. The most important rule is to make the layer thick enough. Aim for 5 to 7 centimetres or about 2 to 3 inches minimum. It's a simple step in soil care that offers massive benefits and saves you time and effort. Your plants will definitely thank you. Method 3. Create artificial shade. Just like us, your plants can get sunstroke. Young seedlings and plants with delicate leaves, such as cucumbers or lettuce, are especially vulnerable. They'll thank you greatly for a little shade during the hottest hours. We're talking about the period roughly from noon until 4 or 5 p.m, when the sun is at its most intense. During this time, even the hardiest plants can droop and stop growing. Our job is to help them cope with this stress. What should you use for shading? The ideal option is special shade netting. It comes in different densities, so you can choose the one that's perfect for your specific plants. This netting diffuses the sunlight, reduces the temperature underneath, but still allows for good air circulation and prevents the greenhouse effect. If you don't have netting, don't worry. You can use improvised materials, an old white sheet, a piece of garden fabric, or any other light-coloured material will work perfectly. The main thing is to avoid dark or plastic films. They'll create a mini sauna effect underneath. Drape the cover over small hoops or stakes, making sure it doesn't touch the leaves, and your garden will get a much-needed break during the peak heat. Our fourth tip is for greenhouse owners. In hot weather, the greenhouse that was a paradise for your plants in spring can quickly turn into a death trap. Temperatures inside can easily soar past 40 or even 50 degrees Celsius. In these conditions, pollen on tomatoes and peppers becomes sterile, meaning you can forget about fruit set and a good harvest. Therefore, our primary goal is to ensure maximum ventilation. Don't be afraid of drafts. In the heat, they're your best friends. From early morning, open all the doors, vents, anything and everything you can. It's crucial to create constant air movement to prevent hot air from stagnating inside. If your standard vents aren't enough, consider creating more openings. For example, you can remove a few polycarbonate panels from the ends of the greenhouse for the summer. This might seem radical, but it works. Another effective method is whitewashing the greenhouse roof. You can use regular chalk or special shading paint. The white layer will reflect some of the sun's rays and help lower the inside temperature by several degrees. Remember, for greenhouse plants, overheating is far more dangerous than a slight chill at night. Your diligence in ensuring good ventilation is the key to a bountiful harvest. Fifth, let's talk about specialized plant stress relievers. Think of them like vitamins for your plants when they're struggling, because heat and drought are powerful stressors, forcing plants to mobilize all their resources just to survive, instead of focusing on growth and producing fruit. You'll find a huge selection of these helpers available in stores these days. Look for products containing amino acids, seaweed extracts, or silicone. They work in different ways, but all share the same goal: helping your plants better withstand challenging conditions. For example, amino acids are like ready-made building blocks that plants can use instantly for cell construction, without needing to synthesize them. Silicon-based products strengthen cell walls, making leaves denser and less vulnerable to sunburn and moisture loss. How are they applied? They're typically used as a foliar spray. It's best applied early in the morning or evening when there's no wind. While these treatments won't replace proper watering or providing shade, they serve as an excellent supplement. They act as a kind of first aid, helping your garden stay vigorous and strong to produce a bountiful harvest. And finally, let's get to the sixth, and perhaps the most unusual method we promised. This involves creating a reflective screen or barrier for your plants. It might sound a bit space age, but it's actually incredibly simple and remarkably effective. This method won't just help reduce the temperature of the leaves, it will literally give them something like sunscreen. Here's how it works. As we've discussed, the main problem during hot weather is the overheating of the leaves. Plants cool themselves down by evaporating water. However, if the temperature gets too high, they close their stomata, the tiny pores on their leaves, to prevent drying out, essentially shutting down their processes. So, our goal is to prevent the leaves from overheating in the first place. And what reflects sunlight best? That's right, white. And that's exactly the principle we're going to use. We'll create a very thin white coating on the surface of the leaves that will act like a mirror, reflecting away excess sunlight and heat. This simple technique can lower the leaf temperature by several degrees, which makes a massive difference during the extreme heat. The plant can continue to breathe, photosynthesis doesn't stop, and it simply feels much more comfortable. Next, we'll show you exactly how to prepare this miracle solution right at home. And now, the game changer. Many believe the best way to beat the heat is simply to water more. But that's a trap. Sometimes, no matter how much you water, the plant still struggles because its leaves literally scorch in the sun. So, what if I told you you could give your plants sunscreen? That's right. We're talking about spraying plants with a solution made from chalk or kaolin, also known as white clay. When you cover the leaves with a thin white film, a real miracle happens. The white colour reflects most of the sun's rays and heat away. The leaf doesn't overheat, its stomata remain open, and photosynthesis continues. The plant lives and thrives instead of fighting for survival. Here's a simple recipe for this solution. Mix 150 grams of chalk per 10 litres of water. Add a small amount of liquid soap to help the solution stick better to the leaves. This is a brilliant, inexpensive way to save your harvest. So, to sum things up, to help your garden survive the July heatwave, a comprehensive approach is needed. Deep watering, life-saving mulch, shading, ventilating greenhouses, and if necessary, anti-stress treatments or products. And for the hottest days, that personal sunscreen for your plants. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future gardening tips. What secrets do you have for saving your harvest from the heat? Share your experience in the comments below. Let's help each other out.